Chat first. What up?
What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right.
Good to hear. I'm excited for another night with everybody, man. It's getting crazier every day. This live stream setup. How's your day been, man? You got anything moving on your side?
It's been going good. I've been calling today. I've been calling yesterday or whatever. I did have a few. I've got one. I've been working with Bang. That. Um. Oh, I'm waiting on his seller. I mean, on his mortgage statement, so that we can move forward on a novation and send out contracts on that. And then I'm also working on one with Jack, and that is
Nice.
I believe he said we sent out the contract to their lawyer today.
Nice.
It's a brother and sister, their family passed away or whatever, so they're needing to sell it. So we sent that to the lawyer, I believe, today. So hopefully we can get one of these deals closed and get my first one done.
We're getting close, taking the steps in the process. Love to hear that for you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
got, you got a couple different closers. And it's an interesting position to be able to be having a couple different people working deals for you while you stay focused on going to generate more deals. It's really how this thing is going to grow so much. I'm very excited for everybody. What's up, Sherry? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I done e-signed 4 times already today. I'm doing great. We got these
Awesome.
right.
You'll be doing an e-sign for me too.
There we go. Let's keep them all day long. It's like this. I'm gonna take it.
That's right. Exactly. I tried to get another one for a house, but something triggered him when it came to this convenience. It's actually like a smoke store, but I don't know what happened with him. I thought about you, Garrett. It's a
I'm about to
triple.
say, you know me.
Yep. Such easy money. It's like a triple net lease for 2,000 a month.
Where at?
Oh God, he's kind of weird. Barstow. Barstow.
Barstow, California.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So it's like a smoke shop, like you go in and you buy lighters and vapes, or like a smoke shop, or like a company that involves actual cannabis management.
I don't know. I don't know that. I didn't dive into what type of smokes. We gotta go.
That's funny
They
shit.
focus more on the money.
Go hit him back like, you know what? I went back and I talked to my partner. He wants to know what you got.
Yeah, is that
He's wanting to know
indica?
what you got.
That's why we got there's canisters up there.
Love it, love it. We got lots of people jumping in here. We got to outnumber the note takers that jump in here every day too. So many people jump in or like have their note takers just listen in. I think it's hilarious. Who else we got? Eric, what's up, man? You out there in Destin still recording content and doing your thing?
Actually, yeah, dude, it's been fun. We got a lot of content we recorded for that 100-day mastermind program that we have on here. And be careful what you wish for in 2025, man, because when it rains, it pours in a good way. So I literally have been nonstop since 7 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to be going to about 10. So
I dig it, dude.
yeah,
From
we're
like
loving it, man.
My
August.
brain's
Go ahead.
my brain started at 4:15 this morning, and I was like, I'm just getting up and doing it because otherwise I'll be laying in bed thinking about what I need to be doing. So just go do it.
Just go do it. There you go. That's the motto. Just go do it. I love it. I love it. You know, Eric, from like roughly August, really July is when it first started this whole thing, right? It was at first running under the actual virtual door knocker brand. Ironically, I got the logos on. Um, and we moved to Deal Makers in September. I was working, taking my first outward calls with developers overseas, sometimes as early as 6:15
Is
a.m.
that your drink in there that you made? Mine's right here.
And
And then
is it?
I would be,
No, okay, cool.
go ahead.
Somebody's got one. Yeah.
And I would be running until the end of the G Money machine, which often runs until 7:30, 8 o'clock. Then I'd eat dinner and be like asleep by 9 o'clock. I'd be so exhausted. I literally would work 15 hours straight, like 16 hours straight, as long as I could. And this finally got to when we started bringing other pieces, Bain and Hans and all the other leaders just started to trickle in. Life has gotten a little bit easier, not quite 15-hour days right now. So that's love what I love to see.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like 15 hours, I'll be honest with you, man, because I love what I do. So, like, I mean, creating content, talking, coaching,
Right?
sourcing deals, dude, like, it's fun.
It's
It's
just
like
like
anything
breathing.
else. It's fun, man. It's like breathing. Exactly. You're
Ah,
just trying to link that borrower up with that lender and make them realize their dream.
deal making, baby, deal
That's right,
making.
sir.
Let's talk about deal making. I got one for you. I know we're working on some things, Eric. So here's a true deal maker story for you guys. Tyler, some of you have already heard bits and pieces of this. Tyler Ozog, one of our recently our original community members that has moved to the sprint coach level. Um, he's selling his property in St. Pete, and so I'm like, I need a place to live, conveniently getting kicked out of my apartment unexpectedly. So we're putting together a Morby method transaction and who's going to be the credit sponsor on deal. Because you guys know I love to build a business, but I have this like single family residence in Florida. I'm like, I don't want to hold this long term. I need a place to live. I'm like, this is going to be a deal maker's property. I'm like, Tara, why don't we just partner on this and like put it into what we're doing with the fund? She's like, okay, no problem. Eric, he's going to originate the debt. He said, oh, I got lenders that don't care about where the deposit comes from. Okay, there's another deal maker involved. And then we're going to work with Nicole, our partner at DM Capital, to get the transactional funding done as well. 5 different deal makers, deal done. And I'll have a place to sleep. Isn't it nice?
Angie Money, I'm going to be utilizing her for the remainder of that DM Capital for some other deals that are running into the same situation, man. I get people like that on the other end that need earnest money deposits for transactional closing. So timing
Oh,
is perfect, bro.
baby.
That's right. Let's
Beautiful.
go.
Here for
And
deal making, putting
I
them
take
together.
dibs on the upstairs apartment if ever
That's
that
funny that you
happens.
say that because we're gonna do that. Like, there's already the 2 guys in the back that are solid. I'm not gonna kick them out anytime soon. We might give them a eventual exit because I don't want anybody to have to deal with the headache that I've had to deal with of on the fly figuring out where you're gonna go to. Not everybody has the community to put it together, so I'm not gonna make them jump immediately. But I can definitely see how we could have 2 deal makers in the back and 3 in the house. So like
Right.
we could have 5 people that are there and we turn a portion of it into an office and be making calls right from there, slinging real estate all over the country. I definitely see that coming. That's the use case for this property once we move into the horse farm. By the way, update, Tara's working on the horse farm. I think we got us some investors lined up for the horse farm play. The specific
Congratulations.
Is that
guys,
mine or the other one?
congratulations, yeah, because I done said that 4 times. I thought we were there several times already, but we
Yeah.
are
Well,
at least.
there, Garrett, there should be no reason that you can't go to multiple stables just in St. Petersburg
Yeah.
and get, there are people paying $300 or $400 a month every month to keep them horses in that barn.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a business, and anyone that tries to tell you it's not is trying to pull your chain.
Well, the problem is, it's not even that, Faith. What it really is that most people that run horse farms ain't G Money. They're not running it
That's
like a business. They're running it
Right.
like a horse farm. So most people, and this is some other things that we have planned for the community, is that like teach more financial literacy. Most people are raised to believe I want to hide as much money as I can so that I don't have to pay taxes on it. So like if you look at any horse farm that we've touched, the books are like non-existent. They look like they make $3 a year. They don't want people to know they make money. So most of it's cash. It's all off the
uh,
books. It's very difficult to like I can look at it, I can go talk to them, I can see the $60,000 in cash he has there. But when you go to a lender, that doesn't matter. It's like it needs to be able to be shown on the books for several years and this is why there's a lot of stuff happening with deal makers, guys. So more and more you will see me move towards higher level development of deal makers and other people play their power roles within the real estate side because deal making does not stop at that real estate. You guys know I love business acquisition. Zach and several other pieces that we have, Tori and others. are more passionate and focused on that side. And so there's a lot of people hitting those twilight years of their life that have a business that they need to exit, that they have no idea yet that their business is worth nothing. But when you throw the G money effect on something, that thing will start growing. And if we actually get in the right relationships, we plan to basically help business owners grow into exit. There's a lot of people that you may see doing coaching programs on that. I'm not gonna teach you guys how to do all that like a full coaching program yet. We're gonna stay focused on what we're doing now. But I say that because all these other powerful players, you're gonna get more access to. Tara and Bain, I think Bain just jumped on here, right? You guys gonna start to do the multifamily session on a regular basis, at least once a week, right? He's on a call. He's always on a call. I love that. Let's go. So the
We're
answer to that
both
is
over
yes.
here knocking down deals.
There we go. That's what I like to see. So we're going to start to do at least once a week where you can take larger deals and specifically multifamily stuff to get reviewed with Tara there live and get some feedback. Bain obviously as well is developing more and more on that side of the business. So that's coming for you. We are setting up a time for the integrator team to have, a recurring daily session where you guys can jump in and ask questions about the OS. I love all of y'all, and I know there's a lot of people in the community, but the chat is not the place to go ask technical questions. It's first off, it's going to get buried often in many other messages, and second off, there's already other support channels for that. So the regular session each day from that team should help also teach better how to use the tools that we have. So lots of other pieces, really, really elevating. Speaking of, I just promoted my man Patrick to, Patrick, you got a camera, man?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why is it not popping up for me?
I gotta give you the green light. I guess I gotta promote you.
Ah, okay, okay.
Would you believe it that we got hijacked previously? So like when I was just doing a meeting and people they would like play hateful shit on the screen like multiple times. Luckily, I wasn't live on Facebook because my account would have got banned. But like I had to move to the webinar structure because people were doing some crazy shit. But another new face I want to introduce to the community I got to meet with a little bit here today is my man Patrick here. And to set the stage a little bit, I thought it was an interesting connection because Patrick helped Bain do his first deal. So how's that for a little connect the dots? So Bain has been trying to set that up for a couple of days. Finally was able to speak with Patrick a bit today. Awesome dude, a lot of experience. Man, you want to share a little bit about your backstory?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm located in Ohio, is where I'm primarily located. Been
Ohio,
wholesaling.
let's go.
Yes, sir. Been wholesaling since the beginning of 2018. Unfortunately, the first couple of years I treated it like a hobby. Then I eventually went all in on it. And I've bought countless, mentorships, communities, been in sub two for 4.5 years or whatever the first month was, however long it's been now.
Wait
So
a second. Hold on. Let's talk about this detail. I couldn't wait till you got to this point. So, all right, let's interpret that for people. 4.5 years ago is the beginning of Sub 2. What do you know what number you were joining Sub 2 community?
it was somewhere right between 100 and like 115.
Holy
I
cow.
don't know the exact number, but somewhere right
There's
there.
like 15,000 people. It's literally 100x since
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pace Moore because my man knows what he's doing. That's dope. So early mover in Sub 2. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
good. I just want to
So yeah, mainly wholesaling. Then obviously once I got into that, I got into that to mainly learn creative financing. And that's how I bought my very first property, made six figures over, after a couple of years of holding on to a property that I had no money out of pocket, $0 down, 0% interest. Like it was a great deal. Since then, done countless creative financing deals, subject to seller finance. I've even done owner financing where I sell things on notes. I've gone and sold my notes to people. And I've dove a lot into that over the last 4.5 years. Really been focusing on flipping and wholesaling. Obviously, novations are a big thing in this group, and something that I've taken very seriously over the last year as well in terms of learning and implementing. But yeah, mainly been working on the real estate stuff. I pretty much do this all day, 6, 7 days a week. Right now, I've done everything from the on market agent outreach, stale listings, to a lot of off market direct to seller type of marketing. And there's deals everywhere you go. It's just you got to stay consistent. I've built a door knocking team before.
Oh,
um,
cool.
KPIs are a massive thing. So, action is the most important thing, and then KPIs, figuring out what's working, what's not, is a big one as well. And obviously, kind of hearing what is in the works here and what's being built. This business is extremely hard. In a wholesaling company, there's easily 3 companies just in a wholesale business. So everybody feel extremely grateful that you've only got to really figure out one side of it or one part of a massive 3-pronged business. Whether you're on the acquisition, disposition side, or you're on the side of the lead generation. I can tell you, when I first started, I was doing all 3. You will lose your mind and your sanity trying to do all 3 by yourself. So, community is huge, and relying on other people, you can get so much more done. Obviously, you've seen what Garrett's done. He obviously talks about Pace Morby. He's done that in a short period of time. He's got the same amount of hours in the day that we all do. He's just, what he's doing is he's working with other people so everybody can make money and everybody can basically hop on the rocket ship and soar. So
Dude, awesome stuff you said there. First of all, I love the 3 businesses in one business statement, because if that's not true, then I don't know. That's part of the reason why so many that are getting started spin their wheels for a long time. Because even if you run through the whole process and you call the seller and you call sellers all day long, and then you finally get a bite, and then you call this one seller 17 times over the next 5 days, and you finally get a contract, and you chase it down, and then it takes another day and a half to get the signature. Then you finally got the signature, like, all right, boom, now what do I need? Okay, now I got to go find an end buyer. I don't know who I'm going to sell this to. I got to go pull a buyer's list. I got to start calling. I'm going to blast it in every Facebook group I can imagine. The time is ticking. The time is ticking. You find a buyer. Okay, you submit it. You set closing. You get paid. Boom. Now it's time to do it all again. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't happen very easily to grow when you're trying to do so many things at one time. So I think it's a great point that you made there, that it's multiple things in one. So one of the benefits of this community is you don't have to like just do one of them. You can just do all of them. You can find what fits you best. You want to get an understanding of everything, because part of being a deal maker is you are the CEO of your business. You're the one that's really strumming it all together. So you might early on in your business be the one that has to manually make cold calls. Once you start getting deal flow, maybe you're not. Maybe you hire a VA. Maybe you recruit somebody else to come join the community. They're your deal hunter. They're active on the phones, because, he mentioned door knocking. I can't help but talk about solar every time. We have the name virtual door knocker for our call center team for years, because that's what we're doing. Similar model. Get somebody else out there, get them to go knock the doors physically or virtually, bring the leads back up. Now you're closing deals. But if you don't want to close deals, maybe you pull in Hans, or you pull in Daniel, or you pull in Patrick, or you pull in Bain, or Jack Carosi, who's closed deals for several community members over the past couple of days as well. As a deal maker, I can, and this is something I get to do right now because I best know all the closers, but you all get more dialed in the community, you'll learn the styles and the strengths of each individual closer. We already kind of know this, right? Like, Hans is a cash guy. He's going to lock them down low. He's getting the novations and got that where he can get those PSAs signed too. Bain has been focused more on the creative, but now I don't know that Bain's done anything but a novation in weeks because of how fast this has been going. Obviously, that's where Garen's primary focus and his team is focused at as well. But they can also close cash or creative. So as a deal maker, you begin to learn, all right, well, I've got this hot lead. Okay. It could be a cash deal. Maybe Hans could do it, but Hans is booked out for the next day and a half or 2 days, right? But Daniel's available in an hour. I know Daniel can lock down a cash deal. Let me book Daniel. You see what I'm saying? Like, you get to shop, you get to build your business in real time. All right, I got this creative deal. All right, I should hit Patrick because he just told us he's been in sub two since it began. And Pace basically built this industry so that people could know it. It might have been happening long before, but ain't nobody know about it until Mr. Morby started doing it. So like that's just the way that it goes. Why would I not hit Patrick? He knows all the game, been around. See what I'm saying? Like you get to really be in control of your own business. And then what I'm also discovering is that there's another role there that we're pulling more internally, and that's that TC. You know, Bain told me we should use the term deal sealers. I thought that sounds kind of catchy, right? But basically, the docs team we've been talking about, because one of the biggest headaches we've had as we've been growing, and I shouldn't even say headache because it's not a headache, it's a hurdle that we've jumped over because we've been sending so many contracts, but it's hard to keep up with since what's today? Tuesday. So since Saturday, we have sent what is now 29, maybe up to 30 contracts, and I think we've had 6 of them signed, or maybe 7 at this point. I signed 4 of them today, so it's probably 8. It's going pretty fast, and it's really hard for the closers to keep up with all those documents. So that additional role, that transactional or transaction coordinator role, we are blending it a little bit into the front side. Normally, you wouldn't get work with a TC until after you have your PSA signed, after you've done your documents. What I can see clearly from a growth perspective is that if we leave the documents in the hands of the closer, it's going to keep falling for different reasons. Not because the closer is unable to do it, but because there's 15 deal hunters that are like, yo, I got a new deal. Yo, I got a new deal. Yo, I got a new deal. And so the closer's getting pulled other directions, and it needs to be somebody that can sit still, slow down, and look through things. So that deal sealer role is coming to life pretty fast. It's going to include the docs and the TC, and they're going to get paid on the transaction. We were doing a partnership. We still have active a partnership with Top Tier, but I'm like, hey, why pay them when I could pay the community that we already have now? Why not find people that are in here already doing the thing, already showing commitment to the community, already trying hard, like Nazima, for example. Nazima has been in the community since like literally like the beginning. And she's kind of quietly back there watching all the time. I know she's there. We got to meet the other day and she kind of, said, hey, I'm here. So I see you there all the time. Right. But she doesn't talk much, right? But she's out there learning. She's been generating leads. She's gone out with Bain several times. I think she has currently some opportunities that are close. She's top tier certified. She's like, hey, I can do this. Just kind of out there. So if you're back there listening too, and you're like, hey, I want to get into this, but I'm not confident in it yet enough to do the front part. Maybe I can learn the documents. There's going to be more and more need for people that can help really make that process smooth. Because when we look at it from a team building perspective, we personality types, deal hunters, we already know they're forward facing. Closers, they're going to be forward facing. And then we need that slowdown point in the middle. And then now we're lucky enough that, again, through collaboration, we have Garen coming in at a partnership level. So it's not really going to be as much of send it over to Garen and it'd be satellite and us trying to reel back in. We're building all of the processes internally. All of the innovations and everything will be run internally through this collaboration with him and his whole team. He's got 12 additional closers on that side, 5 in-person dispo agents with him in Washington right now. So this collaboration is only elevating what we can do on the virtual side. So we have like that many more people that can help get this thing going. I'm telling y'all, there is absolutely no way we don't do 1,000+ transactions through the Dealmakers group this year. There is absolutely no way we don't do that. And I know Haley can see it. She's been Haley, you've been juggling the past
Oh
couple
my
days.
God. Yes. I mean, so many contracts, so many things coming in. I mean, you guys, like, it's insane. It's gonna happen. It's there.
Let's see. Eric said he needs a little screen time. Let me get my man up here. Where'd you go? Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I gotta rejoin. There he is. Coming back in. Ben, you off that call yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to hear, after Eric does this, I want to hear your first deal story since we got Patrick in the building with us. And he didn't know it was your first deal when it's like he took your virginity and he didn't know he was taking your virginity. He just found that out recently. So I can hear the awkward story that comes to play. What you got for us, Eric, before we hear Bane's
Bro, what a great analogy. No, I just wanted to share something with you, dude. So you mentioned back in July with certain things that started off. Back in June and July, everybody on our team we all got together. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we put together all of our years of experience. And so he alluded to earlier that we are going through, and I'm doing a lot of content. This literally is that whole 100-day program I told you that we were doing from soup to nuts. So I want to share that with you later. But dude, everything you need, rebuttals, script, analogy, deal flows, good things, bad things, quizzes, leads, everything in there. It's all right there, bro. So I wanted to share that with you because you'll be one of the first ones to have it. And you're gonna like it, dude. You're gonna like it. It
Dude, I
basically,
love it.
it's soup to nuts, man. It literally takes, like, if you don't know anything about mortgages or lending, by the end of 100 days, bro, you can position and place any single deal and help everybody in your community. So I wanted to share that, dude. And part of my focus was for this group as well. This is why I made it up here, because I see the value in it. And if I would have had all this engagement 20 years ago with the same like-minded people, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So I'm so pumped every time I'm on here, when I talk to you guys, it keeps me motivated.
Yes.
And I love it, bro. So I had to share that with you guys.
I appreciate it, dude. I'm stoked because I've had several conversations as we've been expanding with new partners and with new community members. I got to meet with several before, like to get them started, I guess, through that initial success call and everything, and just getting a lot of feedback. And a lot of people come back to me, they're like, man, I'm really excited about the multi-level side of what you're doing because I've been in and it was actually Matt Cleaves that I met with today, who is another awesome community member that just got started and will be helping people close deals in no time because he's a beast. He's like, dude, I've been on 10 different multi-level companies, and it's just I never really care about any of the products. Like I can't get excited about selling the potions and lotions or whatever it is that you're slinging, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, this is a bit different, right? And he's like, dude, I'm so stoked because the product that we're selling is not only something that we can get excited about, but there's many touch points along the journey that there's places to make money. Meaning, as you bring people in, you will make bits of pieces off all the different pieces that we make. And that's the benefit. So if you bring somebody into the community and they end up going to Eric and we originate the debt for them, there's profits made on that. And we're going to continue to disperse that back to, as affiliates, all the people that brought it in, because what we're building here is like, I don't know how to conceptualize it for people that can't already see it, if that makes sense. Like the team, and Bane, you got to listen into the leadership team meeting today. Like it's really a game that's like hard to put into words how all of it strums together. I couldn't do it without what is, I think, 12 partners across the now 5 different things standing up, and we're working on another piece as well. What will be DM Financial will add another 2 new partners to the team. So I truly wish I could give all of you like better clarity on all of the things that are moving. But within 90 days, you guys are going to see some things that like just outright are just ridiculous, with not only the value that it brings, but the speed in which it's all happened as well. Babe, dude. So this is the segue backwards into what I want to talk about. So let's first talk about your first deal, and then we'll talk about some of the crazy stuff we got going on your side of deal makers as well. So tell us about the first one.
So this was like my first wholesale deal. So like it wasn't my first deal. I bought a single family home before. I actually did a flip before I did my first wholesale deal. So kind of backwards.
That's backwards.
Yeah, completely backwards. But I was just doing like VAs, like having VAs like cold call these lists, and then I would call like the list, and like I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, I like found a guy that wanted to sell. He was in foreclosure. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I reached out to sub 2, and Patrick's like, I can help you, man. Like, we'll just like split the profits or whatever. So Patrick literally got on, and honestly, I made way too much on that deal. Patrick, you should not have given me that much. Because like he literally just took it from like, I mean, he literally took it out of my hands, and then I just got to sit on the phone and listen to him talk to sellers. And like he literally talked to this guy like through his process, you know, like what was going on in the foreclosure process, what documents we needed, like built all this trust with the seller, and then obviously got to a number that made sense. I mean, we got this house for pennies on the dollar, thanks to Patrick closing the deal. And then Patrick found a buyer. Like so I was literally sitting back. But yeah, that was the first one. And I think we made like what, 35 grand on that? Something? Yeah.
Yo, so like little did Bane know he went through the same process that you guys go through with Patrick. Patrick did for Bane what he now turns around and does for y'all. And if that's not a cool thing to hear. And first off, how long ago was that deal that happened?
What was that, Patrick? Like a year ago? I mean, the house that we sold to the flipper, like just sold on the market recently.
Yeah, it was right. It was right at a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how it's been a year. Like,
Yeah, I can't even
it
believe
feels like
it.
it was just honestly like yesterday. But yeah, I mean, it was a great deal around for, all around for everybody. And yeah, I
If
mean,
this
it
don't
just,
get y'all excited, sorry to cut you off, Patrick, but
you're
if this
good.
don't get y'all excited, let's talk about this real quick, okay? You just said a year ago, man. A year ago, you did the first deal, wholesale deal. Okay. All right. Now let's spit some new numbers. How many contracts have you sent out over the past 7 days?
Oh shoot. I don't know. It's gotta be like 20. We'll probably get 10 of those signed.
So, guys, if you're out there listening, you're like, I'm just getting started. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking for my first wholesale deal. On this side, when you get a little bit of that G money effect on you, all of a sudden you're like, boom. And now here we are. And I jokingly always throw the G money effect out there, but it's got a lot to do with just the action taking nature of what I drive people to do. And then, like, when Bain first got started with me, which was now probably what, 4-ish months ago, September, roughly, late September, I think, somewhere around there. He was like, I don't know that I would consider myself a closer yet. I'm like, well, let's figure it out fast because I'm throwing you out there. And that's exactly what we did. And we figured it out on the fly quite a bit together as we were getting this thing off. And so now to see how fast you have grown in 4 months to be from I'm not sure I'm a closer, like yeah, I know all the stuff, but like I'm not sure if that's me, to now where you're at as a head coach with other sprint coaches underneath you, helping other people get deals done within 120 days. And now you have what you'll finish the month at probably between 15 and 20 contracts signed, the way that we're pacing right now, which is bonkers, which is like that's a whole ass business, y'all. That 15 contracts in a month in one business is like, yo, that dude got it. We're gonna have 3 head coaches that do that many deals. And Patrick said he's gonna be another one next. I know Jack
JoJo and
Matthews
Mike
wants to be another
Portis,
one next.
Thomas Martin,
Jack
and Randy
Carosi headed
Garrett.
there too.
And this is the link
Everybody
they gave
went.
me.
Say it again.
Thomas Martin. Okay.
Oh,
Thank
Bruh,
you.
it's crazy. I got Bane another one coming tomorrow. Creative situation like a mug. I was trying to buy his house. We were so close to doing the novation, but then I figured out that he owes $100,000 more than what I'm about to give him. So I'm like, man, you didn't even tell me that. He was like, yeah, I was just gonna come out of pocket and pay it myself to sell it. I'm like, man, let me get you on the phone with Bane, my partner, and he can get you the better situation that'll work for you. Because yeah, I can novate it, but in the end, if he's coming out of pocket, he'll probably stop it from happening somehow, or he won't have the money. So I'm just thinking like, why don't I just help him? And then in the end, it'll work.
And that's the mindset. And guys, I don't know if you have heard me say this enough, but our motto or tagline with Dealmakers Group is win-win or no deal, right? So like if novating the property is not the exit that works to serve the seller the best, that's not what we're going to do. I don't care that we can make a bunch of money. That's not what's best for them. That's not what we want to do. It's not worth the energy that can come, the negative energy that could come back for us to ever do a deal that everybody doesn't walk away with a smile on their face. That's the name of the game, right? And so if that means we have to tell the seller, I'm not your guy, I'm not your girl, it can't be me, then you have to do that. And that's great that you pushed away from what you thought was the original thing, but now you get to pull in somebody else as an expert. I think it would be great to pull in Patrick. I know you said Bane, but Bane is slam. Patrick has 40 years.
Oh, you do creative, Patrick?
Yeah, you got in here a little bit late. Listen to this, Hans. He was between member 100 and 115, right around 100 into sub 2. So he was one of the first students of what is now 15,000 in sub 2. So my man got the creative finance thing on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're about to get locked.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can definitely help on that regard. Obviously, not trying to step on anybody's toes. But yeah, no, absolutely. I can
Let's
help with
go.
We
anything
overflow
creative
it on this
finance.
side. There's no toe stepping on here because there's literally
Yeah.
that we can't. It's like literally, it started with me like this, juggling everything, and then it was like, "Yo, Bane," and I'm throwing him to Bane, and I'm like, "Hans," and then Daniel, and like we're just throwing them in circles. Like it's literally been juggling them back and forth for months. So I promise that's not the case. Now we've got so many other people. Teresa as well come in recently. I'm not sure if Teresa's on here, but Teresa is awesome, awesome resource to the community as well. Brings a whole different set of experience, but more from like the contracting and development side, also has some experience with the foreclosures, all these people with different expertise. So as you get it, and this is why we're lead generators as deal makers, because you get a lead in, I'm going to qualify, I'm going to determine what type of deal this is, who does this person need to talk to, which one of our team members can solve this person's problem the best. And you get to pick from a stable of incredibly talented people. Like the reason why our community is going to continue to crush others and not to be competitive in mind towards others, but the reason why I say that is because other communities are built around one person. Like my man Justin Colby, right? Great guy. I like literally have sent him a few leads to close some deals. He's the only one on his side that's closing deals. He's the only one. And even if he closes everyone he touches for all of the community, how many could that be? But when we have 25 people that can close deals at an extremely high level, I mean, who else? Who else is giving you that? I don't know. I can't see it, which is why we get excited every day because I don't see anybody else doing it.
And I'm so glad that I met you and adapted your mindset of like teamwork and team building because bro, before that, I was doing good by myself, but I was handling escrow, handling this, handling buyers, handling photos, handling this, handling that. And then in the end, I made a lot less money than if I would have just found a community or teamed up with a few people and did it the right way. And now I'm doing it the right way, which next year, like I made maybe 300 grand this year. Oh my God, next year or this year,
Bro,
2025
you're
is
gonna
about
make
to be
300 grand a month. You
yeah,
guys that
like
listen, no, let's run some serious numbers, guys. Like I want y'all to truly and sometimes I don't say these big numbers out loud, but it's like, oh come on, G, like that shit ain't real. But let's pull out the whiteboard because y'all need to see this back. Where is my marker here? Because y'all need to see how ridiculous it gets at the head coach level. And of course, I can't find my marker. Don't do me like that. Oh, here's one.
it is getting crazy.
So an average novation deal from Garrett's side has been 64,000. We've consistently seen, even through the handful of ones we've already come through, it, they're going to be big, but let's round down. All right. Let's say it's a $40,000 spread on an average novation. Okay. So 40,000. So 30% to the deal maker. Actually, there's a little bit of cost here that's probably factored in. If you're going to do the early release, it probably ends up being around 37-ish thousand in total, right? Times 30%. So we're talking about what's this number here? Let me get my calculator. Can't talk and do math at the same time. I'm not that good, guys. Cut.
Cool. Every time.
37,000 times Bane's the human calculator over here. 11,100. That's why I don't even need to calculate anymore. Bane can just answer for me. There we go. So 11,100, right? Now this is what the deal makers makes. 11,100. The person who closes it, Bane, what's 20%? This should be pretty easy for you.
20% of 40, 8.
No, 20% of 37,000. So 37,000.
7.4.
This
700 or
What the
7,000.
hell?
right? This is deal maker. All right. And then we got 70. How did you do that? That's so wild.
You remind me of my assistant. He started with me when he was 14 and helped me build an entire server, gaming server. Now he runs my entire business and he's 18 years old. He's the exact
Okay.
same way.
Let's see. What's 5% of that? Can you beat the calculator? No, 1850. So this is what the sprint coach makes. And that's the same thing the head coach makes. All right. So on a rounded down novation deal, the head coach will clear 1850. Okay. So we just said that Bain's going to finish around 15 to 20 contracts. Okay. Let's assume he closed none of them. And let's say 15 of, let's say we sign 20 contracts and let's say 17 of them get all the way through close for whatever reason, whether cash, creative, innovation. So let's say 17 get completed. So 18, and just as the head coach, you did nothing but coach, lead, teach other people to do these deals times 17 deals is $31,000 a month. Okay. Now let's factor in another number. Let's go back and let's say 17 deals times Bain being the closer and the head coach on only 10 of these. So 10 times what's this? What's these two? 7,400. That's what? 92, 9250?
Yeah.
Right? Anybody want to guess what that math is? Because that's $92,000 right there. Okay. So can we see how ridiculous it's going to be by July? Can we see how ridiculous it's going to be by December? You guys are going to turn literally a couple $100,000 a month. This is how solar companies grow, guys. This is why I can do this math for you guys. This is the exact growth trajectory that solar companies run all the time. Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers to see what's about to happen for the three of you guys and those that grow to that level very soon. Not to mention the fact that we are going to fractionalize a portion of the equity out to the head coaches and a separate portion out to the community. So like those that reach that head coach level will get to true, or like the level above a head coach, I should say, will be able to grow to a partner level in fractional equity, right? So when we do run to the future exit of what our goal is here of turning around and building this thing to sell to a $1 billion exit, whoever is coming to buy it, in case you guys are wondering. Like, yes, I said billion with a B. So like that's the end goal. So you want to grow to equity partner in that, I promise. Like you want to be a part of that. So you build the downlines, you build the teams that bring that volume. That's why we know it can go there. My goal is $2.2 million this year. There you go. That's the kind of goals I like to hear right there. Let's go. Man, I got to catch up with the chat. That's so much. Thanks for getting the first Okay, so Faith, you got your first contract signed last night with Bain?
Safe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, who is that?
Bane don't even remember he got so much.
He's like,
No,
which
no, I
one was
remember this
that?
one. This
Oh.
it was a cash deal. Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
one.
I got to give her the microphone. That's why I can't hear. I'm like waiting for her to talk. She doesn't have a mic. What's up, Faith?
Yes,
Got the first one?
yes.
First one signed at least?
That was the one at 4:36 this morning you sent out.
Oh, that was the first one. Yeah. How many other
Yep.
people here signing contracts at 4:36 a.m.? Put something on me. Let's go.
Right, exactly. And you know what was crazy is that, this being my first one, I wasn't sure. I just knew Bain had sent it out, and I called the seller and just to see if he had gotten it, and it was in his spam folder. So had I not
Let's
reached out,
Not
go.
good, but it's good that you called. Let's
yes, sir.
go. Thank you, Faith, for listening and doing exactly what you should. And you got the signature. Oh, congratulations.
Yay, I'm gonna get it to go on
First
the
step.
boat.
First, yes, you're gonna make it to the boat. What type of deal is it, Bane? Is it an ovation?
No, it's a cash deal. We pitched Novation, but he's like, "What can you do cash?" And I gave him the cash number, and he's like, "I'd rather just do that." All right.
Fair
Dang,
enough. We'll take the
shoot.
discount, baby. No worries. And it's where? I should probably know
Missouri,
considering
St.
my time.
Louis,
Oh
St.
yeah, I
Louis,
did see it.
Missouri.
Louis, Missouri. Oh, dope. I already know. Okay. Yeah. Let's see it. I
I have
think.
a
I
few
think.
people to show that to as
I'm
well.
about to say we have lots of people. And a side note to that point, Hans, you guys are listening to Garen talk about how his dispo side works. So like if you already have buyers in certain markets, we should plug them into the dispo team because they're going to pick it up and run for a very small percentage. Like whereas most dispo teams would take a large piece, like they're doing so much work for you guys, like to be a part of this. Like it's truly, truly impressive.
Yeah,
Like
after what I heard, I'm like, no team does that. That's like top tier. I was about to say, man, Darren, where the heck have you been? Like
I
he's
am
been in the
so
shadows
grateful.
harboring all the tips and tricks, man.
God,
yes.
I'm just so grateful for the community and all of you guys.
Yes. Sorry, I'm reading here and listening at the
I
same time.
was gonna
How much
say,
will a
we
new deal?
appreciate you too, Faye. Go ahead, Garrett.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying we appreciate Faith as well.
Yes,
Oh,
for sure.
thank you so much.
You're so
Yes.
welcome.
Awesome. I got to side note, got to meet with Faith this past weekend. She showed me the tiny home that she has built into the back of the truck to be able to go wherever and pop up and have everything. So cool. You guys got to meet with her and let her show you that sometime. I'm like, man, I need this. If I could just pull up anywhere, like as much as I work, I love to just disconnect and disappear too. And I love to drive. So like, if I could just pull up anywhere and just pop in the back, I would be all about it. So I thought that was cool. Kay, I saw your message here. So how much will a new deal finder do in the same time? Let me give you a microphone. Let me get clarity from you on this question. All right. Can you do the mic? There we go.
I don't know.
Oh.
I just wondering because you did so much numbers here, and I just guessing maybe I can have a piece of it somehow.
I like you, Kay. How much money am I gonna make? I want to know because I want to know, and I'm with you. I want you to know because this is you. That biggest number on there,
Oh,
that's you, the deal maker that went and found it.
oh, wonderful. I'm go for
Yeah,
it.
wonderful. Right. Exactly.
That's
That's what's so
very
crazy
helpful.
about this.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. I was excited to answer that question because when people like you guys are to think about this and Patrick, I'm gonna to go back to you for a second real quick. We talked about when we met a little bit about the growth that you've seen for sub two and how you looked backwards and wished you would have better capitalized on being a part of that community growth, right?
100%. It is extremely similar to what I believe is here. And yeah, I mean, getting into a group of 100 people at the time, you don't know where things are going to go. You don't know where anything's going to go. You don't know what's going to happen with any business. But looking back on it, branding yourself and picking something figuring out what you're good at specifically, closing, dispo, TC, whatever that is, whatever your avatar is and what you gel with the most, if you're able to brand yourself and go all in, you can. I mean, it's incredible the people that I see that have been able to successfully do that in the sub two group. They get,
Right.
I mean, they make so much money with other people, and honestly, business is so much more fun with other people making money as well versus just yourself. So go all in, go all in.
Absolutely.
And don't have any regrets. Like I've got regrets with sub two because it's just there's 15,000 people now, and it's just like it's so much harder to brand yourself when there's a ton of people versus a
You can
couple
say
hundred.
shit done, don't worry.
Yeah.
We cut around these parts.
Good deal, good deal. So
that
yeah,
one.
go all in. Go all in is 100% what you need to do. And yeah, figure out what you like the best and get really good at it because like he's saying, the whole teamwork collaboration thing, it's absolutely incredible. You will go further than anybody singularly, owning their own business.
The branding, that's the word you mentioned there, and when we were talking as well, like by and I've mentioned this several times, and to give you guys an example, Jack Carosi, right? I actually know Jack. He's local, kind of. He's a little bit south, but he comes to the Tampa meetups every month. That's where we first met. Since we first met, he's like, I'm a closer. I'm a closer. I'm like, dude, this is before when we first met, before the Deal Makers Academy was where it's at. We had just started. I'm like, well, like we teach people how to generate leads, and like he was still doing mostly daily dials with sub two. And then I kept on chugging along. He kept on chugging along. Comes circles back in December. He's like, yo, I see what you got going on. Like, let me jump in. I'm like, cool. I'll let you jump in and do whatever. You have to define your identity for the community so that people want to come to you. You got to get out there. You got to get on live. You got to talk to people. You got to offer help, lead with value. People will bring you opportunities. And he signed 3 contracts over the past 2 days. So like just by defining who you are for other people to find value, you say, hey, I can do this thing really, really good. And somebody else can go, hey, I need that thing done. And now both of you can win. Both of you will do more deals that way than trying to do opposite parts on deals individually. It's just the nature of the game. And you can see it happen more and more. So I thought it was cool that you shared that because all of y'all here right now are going to be in the same spot as Patrick down the road. But here's an interesting thing to drop on you is we're going to grow 10 times faster than sub 2 did because I get to leverage Pace being a leader ahead of me. Pace has already defined this. Pace has already showed a lot of what true community development can do. The difference is Pace falls, in my opinion, falls a little bit short with giving everybody all the knowledge, but leaving the gap of implementation. So there is a huge separation between the top of sub 2 and the bottom of sub 2. Like the top students in sub 2 do 80% of the deals, and everybody else does the handful that's left. So like and that's not anything to do with Pace. It has nothing to do with to reflect with Pace as the leader. It's the nature of coaching knowledge-based program. But when we slow down and say, all right, you can learn all the stuff along the way as we do deals, then everybody more naturally finds their role. We collaboratively imagine if all of sub 2's top leaders worked with all of the bottom students, new students, to do more deals together. And that's what we're building here. That's why I can't tell Pace about it too loud in public, because if I don't get it like to where we're going, he'll just say, I'll take this idea and run with the same thing. But luckily, I think we got a foundation on us now that can't be shook. So pretty excited to see what's happening for all of us as this community grows towards thousands of people. So just think about those numbers. And one other thing I forgot to even throw on here, guys. So to go back to Kay's question, you'll make this $11,000, right? Now, biggest, let's say, drawback maybe to innovation is it's going to take you 90 days on average to get paid. Okay. So if you're out there and you're like, I'm going to go do innovations by myself, no problem. Go run it by yourself. Be prepared to wait 90 days on it. That's a long wait period. You're going to get a big check. That's a lot of responsibility. You're going to work basically full time pushing that property over the course of that if you're doing it all by yourself. But if you were to go make 60 grand, it's probably worth your 90 days time. But we do it this way, right? You got $11,000 total, but you also have the option now, and you'll receive when we made some updates to the process today as well, guys. So when you now receive a JV agreement for the property, not only will everybody get paid out by title, so everybody will get HUD and everybody will be able to add to their resume, right? But you'll also be able to select, if you choose to, a $2,000 early release. You guys have probably heard me talk about this. So let's say you got this deal locked up, right, Kay? Now,
Yes.
you could wait for this, but if you say, no, I want $2,000 early, what we're going to do is you're going to pay it back for a total of $3,000, right? So a flat rate return. So what that means is 2,000 up front, and instead of getting a full 11,100 at close, you would only get 10,100, right? That makes
I
sense.
got that.
So you get
Yeah.
today cash. It's basically a loan, a payday advance, if you want to look at it that way, right? You get $2,000 against the future money that you have added to.
Wait, did you say that right?
Yeah. Yeah. What, you got a question about it?
Wait, did you say that right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not
I
tripping.
said it right,
It
baby.
sounds too good to be true, but it's real.
Because you said, I think you were at like 11. Pull back up the board really good. Let me see. So,
all right. Let me erase and clarify my math now. We already got the
advance of 2,000.
So let's do like this. So
Yeah.
we had $11,100, right? That was the total commissions, right? We're going to pay out $2,000 early release. Okay, so now we're at
9.
Okay,
11.
right?
900.
Now at close, you're gonna $1,000 is gonna go back to the lender, right? This is done through our partner Nicole, right? And you're gonna get an additional $8,100. So you got 2,000 plus you got $8,100. So you got a total of $10,100.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, bet. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning, and this
You
is why
got
this is
early, but you get reduced.
Say again, I'm sorry.
You got early, but you get reduced payment.
There you go. You don't have to do that. If you're in a position where you can wait the 90 days, you don't have to give up the 1,000, no problem. The reason why I did this though, is obviously a lot of people need today cash to pay their bills. That's good. I know that people need that. I want to get that in your hands so that you can feel less pressure and stress, because then you'll perform better. So that's a huge thing. but it might take one or two of those to like cover all your bills and feel that big deep breath to get the early release. But let's say you need $4,000 to cover all your bills and not feel burdened, which is probably a lot for you, some of you guys. Like I spend money ridiculously because of the cost of my life, but like some of you guys may be able to survive for cheaper, and nowadays probably not. Let's say it's 5 grand. So you got to get 3 deals, 3 novation deals. You're going to fully cover up front what you need to make every month, and you're going to have $1,000 extra. That $1,000 extra can now work for you. And this is a lot of what Hans has done, right? Like now you learn marketing, you learn how to hire VAs, you learn how to. I wouldn't even recommend going and running your own Facebook ad campaigns because that's more work you need to be doing. We're actually, I'm going to roll out because of the way that we all make money together. Very soon, I'm going to roll out a program where we're going to run the ads for you because we make money when you do more deals together. I've already got the ad accounts. We know how to set up and run the ads. We've closed deals and converted off of the same leads. Why not just let you guys build your own campaigns in our current ad account, run whatever billing you want to on it because we're going to close the deals together. So like as you get more money, so if you say, hey, I only needed 5 to survive, that was nice. Now I got this extra 1,000. I'm going to put that into marketing. I'm going to go put it into Facebook ads with Zach and his side of the team will lead that. Now from that $1,000, let's say you generate 3 opportunities for new novations and you sign one of them in the next couple of weeks. Those other 2 push down the pipeline a little bit. So now you get another $2,000, but you get that $2,000 within what will be within 72 hours of the signatures happening as soon as it's fully efficient. So that means you got 1,000, you spend it on ads over the course of, let's say you spend it over the course of a week, 10 days, right? $100 a day. And then you get another novation signature within that 10-day window. What just happened? You just got another $2,000 early release, but you ain't got any more bills this time. So now you put 2 grand into it the next time. Anybody see the picture I'm painting here? This is trapping. This is flipping stuff. I'm gonna take the money. We're gonna put it in. It's gonna make a little bit more money. I'm gonna put all that in. I'm gonna put it again and
That's
again
right.
and again.
And
That's
if you
it.
That's
can't
That's
capitalize on the
called
leads, you
investment.
can bring someone else in to close the leads. Then you
Hmm.
still get paid. If you don't want to do ads and get leads coming to you, you hire a VA on a base pay, get the free $15,000 from literally what we provide, free skip traced, and then get them on that list. They generate the opportunity. If you can't close them, we call them and help you. You still get paid. It's literally it's
I can
unstoppable.
make you one better for you. Yeah, we can do the VA. The VAs are great, and they absolutely, we've done a lot over the years, but this is why the community is important, right? Because not only can you book a closer, my challenge for each of you, especially those that have a desire to grow a business of their own, is to look at how can I, and this is a challenge I've kind of placed on some of the leaders, specifically Bain a little bit more recently. How do I build my team to a point where I make as much money through team leadership as I would if I was having to spend as much time doing the deals? And so what that means is as a leader of your own business, you should be recruiting deal hunters that bring you leads. So yeah, you could hire a VA, that's an outward cost, or you can recruit people. Tyler Ozog is an incredible example. He's brought a whole bunch of people to the community, several of them local that sit there in his house right now and do dials together, and they're all generating opportunities. Now Tyler's making an override on these people that he is helping. So now you go from being, I want to learn how to close my first wholesale deal, to I did that, to I'm helping 5 other people close their first wholesale deal, to now I have 15 people that are bringing leads and I'm closing deals every day. And now I have one of my deal hunters that's ready to move up to the next level. And now they're closing these deals every day, and you grow others. This is what your goal should be. Your goal should be to free your time up. So this is a passive revenue thing because there's always new people wanting. And I've said this all the time, but like I was a 16, 17, 18-year-old man, boy, looking to be rich, looking to get rich, right? You couldn't tell me I wasn't a man at 16 years old. I just really knew I was, but I was a boy. And so like I just had to get it. And the very first course I ever bought was Cody Sperber's Clever Investor Real Estate Wholesaling. Now, that was 14 years ago, 13, 14 years ago. That was a long time. Coaching was way different then. I paid a couple $100 for a program. Never would I have ever got any live opportunity to actually speak to Cody. It was like a pre-recorded thing before he was even fully who he is now. So it was like I took it, I got a little bit of knowledge, but like then it was like, what am I fixing to do? Run around and put bandit sides in the ground? Like, no way. And so I just ran a different direction with digital marketing. And now here we are. And like now I have been able to take all of that and grow this downline. You guys all have the same opportunity to do the same thing. Same thing. So there's always going to be other young Garrett's, young G Moneys, young Hans, young Bain, young Faith, young everybody that's out here like, I want to hustle. I want my first deal. I'm either just coming up in life and want to learn, or I'm ready to change my life and I want to make a change and shift my financial perspective. All of these different people from all different scopes and roads of life within this community right now all have the same goal of creating financial freedom for themselves and their family. That's it. Like everybody, I don't think anybody here would say, no, that's not what I want here. Right. There might be other things you want. Maybe you want to build a massive portfolio. Maybe you want to make an impact and you want to build tiny home communities like Tyler does. Or maybe you want to do co-living for people that struggle with addiction. Whatever your for purposes, that's great. But it all also needs to make you money. Right. And so that's why I'm most excited about this, because you're going to be able to do the same things for yourself. What's up, Faith?
I just wanted to touch on the fact that the 90 days it seems like a long wait. We're so blessed that you're giving us this early release. When I was doing my Coldwell Banker days, that year took 9 months to close that 2.5 million. So you want to talk 90 days isn't anything when you're looking down 9 months. So we're just thank you so much for all of this.
You're welcome. I mean, when I used to sell gym memberships, I would sell a gym membership on January 14th and I wouldn't get paid for it until the last day of March. So like it was a very long wait at 22 years old to be like, I remember the first time I got a $6,000 paycheck as a sales manager, like, or I knew that I was going to get, I didn't get it. I just saw that it was coming and it was just this carrot that it was coming down the road eventually. And then like, like they work the shit out of you because you can't leave, you can't quit, you can't be mad because they're not going to pay you the shit that they owe you in a commission.
Right.
So like I got all this future money, and that's how they keep you hooked. Like they owe me so much money, I can't leave. Like
Exactly. And one of the other things that I think is really super important is that people need to really realize that if you got to keep putting stuff in the funnel to get stuff coming out. So don't just think, oh, I got that big deal, because it's feast and famine if you're not feeding that funnel all the time.
I just saw Bane's message here. Young Bane is my rapper name.
Young Bane.
Young Bane. Yeah, here spitting Batman bars.
That's
For
funny.
sure. Yeah. Well, guys, I'll tell you, normally I would let this keep rolling, but I got a little shitty story to tell you on why I got to kind of end early. So Lauren had a hair appointment today. Normally, I drive to most things that we do, but I have obviously a full day of work. So we come home from the gym. I jump out of the car. She comes around, gets in the passenger seat. I go inside. Well, guess what? I got the car keys and she got all the way to her hair appointment and then couldn't start when it was time for her to leave. So she had to take an Uber home. Now I get to take an Uber to go get the car and drive back. So I got another little hour and a half in the car tonight for your boy.
You are in trouble tonight.
I gotta go get some flowers or something on the way home because I'm gonna get my ass chewed. I gotta go fix this. So I appreciate you guys spending an hour with me. I really do enjoy this the most out of my whole day to come spend time with everybody and get everybody dialed in. I'm glad y'all got to see a little bit about how much money you stand to make, not only overall, but just in the short term to get the ball rolling. So some of you that are looking like, yo, gee, I gotta pay my bills today. I gotta make this happen. Get with Hans.
Get in the community. I'm literally gonna be live tomorrow. The first day it was 2 hours. We're going 2 hours the whole week. So I went 2 hours. We got deals lined up for students. We went 2 hours today. Sherry's about to get paid from a deal we just got. Tomorrow's going to be more. So yeah, join up.
And another is the message we just received from Garen 4 minutes ago. So
I think that was
here's
Hector.
the note to end on.
Hector. Mr. Hector.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo, that's a positive note to end on. I just y'all do your own math. If we keep signing 5 contracts a day through 365 days of the year and back out Sundays, So we still got 315 days times 5. How many is that? Man, do that math as we drop the mic on the way out, y'all. That's 1,500
1,565.
there. Oh,
How
wow.
did you do it? What is going? All right.
That's young
I'm sorry,
Bane, the
75.
calculator, in here dropping bars on you guys. I appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hans, you live at 12 again tomorrow?
Yep.
I will not be on at 6 p.m. because I'll be at the Sub 2 Tampa event. So anybody else that's around that wants to lead something around the time frame, and whether that just means getting people active on the phones and closing deals or whatever, you guys can make that happen. There's plenty of people around that can assist.
Yeah, shoot. Maybe I'll close deals live around then. Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
Yo, group
yeah.
closers, all closers, 6
All
p.m. This is
closers.
the call.
I'd be in
I
on
would.
that.
That's a good idea.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
like fun. But y'all get your leads ready. Y'all get them ready. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's coming down the
facts.
money.
Thank
Please let me
you.
be at the Sub 2 event. Like, hey, y'all, we signed 4 deals while we're here. Please let that happen. That would be
Let's go.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
See you
I'll see
guys.
y'all later.
All right,
Bye.
y'all.
Yeah, everyone.
God bless. Good night.